first things first, we need to silence some critics, or I don't know, prove something. Did you try to time the gate last week?
No.
Because that's what everyone's saying.
Jason, like, he lines up really far back, and then he creeps the gate. And as soon as I saw him get my peripheral, I went, which is stupid of my part. And yeah, I mean, it looked like I timed the gate, or tried to time it, but I went like 3 seconds too early. I was stuck in the gate. Like, I saw a picture actually. It was like, say someone's taking a picture at the manager's tower, and I was stuck in the gate, and there was nobody inside. It was kind of cool, actually. It's kind of a special moment.
Well, everyone's been criticizing you quite heavy, thinking you're counting and just dropping the clutch. So, but
we're either whole shot or bust.
If you do that, or just generally?
Well, I mean, I pulled the whole shot in Tampa.
Yep.
Pulled the whole shot in practice last weekend. Pulled the whole shot in the heat race.
Yep.
And then we were last on the main event.
It's good that you catch me up with this stuff, because we don't talk anymore. So it's been a while since I last.
Well, you got invited to Baker's Factory. You didn't come this week, so.
This isn't my interview. I'm not the one on trial here. But no. So the last time we did do an interview, way back when, we were talking about how you need to get like fired up, get something to come out of you a little bit in the main event. Hangtown, Detroit, San Diego, those are your best rides. So how do you get whatever that is at the end of lap 1 to come out regularly?
I don't know. Maybe you need to come like punch me in the mouth before the main event or something.
I'll do it.
You do it happily.
I don't know how aggressive it'll be.
No, I don't know.
I got skipping my interviews and it'll get quite aggressive.
I definitely need to like harness that energy a little bit more, because that riding is like, I mean, I felt like I was riding pretty well. So I don't know. I need to obviously be able to replicate that, but it's just kind of like, even when I was younger, when I was a little kid, like get a bad start or fall, I always rode my best when I was like at a disadvantage, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but when I get thrown adversity, I seem to take it pretty well. So I mean, that's a good thing, but also I need to be able to do that when I'm out front.
Yeah, because like we can say straight up, if you whole shot, you're probably not riding as well, or just like you're losing that 2% of raw speed.
Yeah, I'm just kind of more like not managing, but like just not throwing. I mean, I wasn't throwing caution at wind last weekend, but I was like, I mean, I was pushing the whole time. Like there was no like breaks, no rest, nothing. I was going wide open the whole time. So
surely it would work if you sit on the start and kind of
imagine myself hitting the gate,
or
and
like,
don't hit the gate.
Put yourself in and like be like, no one believes in me. Lewis is up there doubting me.
Yeah,
like,
want to punch me.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe that would put you in the mindset of basically being down on lap 1.
That's true. I'm going to use that tomorrow.
Honestly, I think in my racing days, this is what I was telling myself behind the gate. So I'm here. The reason I was racing every weekend as an absolute loser was to one day bring this advice to you. It's kind of how it works.
Well, I'll see if it works tomorrow. If I go out there and win, you're going to be taking all the credit, but...
Okay. I'm happy with that. Are you settled at the moment? Everything fine?
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing really to say.
No fire drills?
No, just kind of, I've been riding the same setup for quite a while now. I mean, little tweaks here and there, but that's normal. Little tweak today, little tweak tomorrow maybe, but...
Okay, well, the main reason I wanted to talk to you today, it'd be really great if we could get back to doing, like, the Lewis and Chase show after the race, because press days.
Well, you were nowhere to be seen last weekend. Yeah, I walked by and you're interviewing everybody else.
I thought you might stop for your friend Lewis.
No. Okay. No, I'm going back.
No, but that also wasn't a place either. You got to know that our interviews have a very
we have to have our own like.
Yeah.
We have to have quiet time.
Yeah, like we can't do it with everyone else around.
No.
So maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Because the other riders are realizing there's a gap in the market after 2 weeks of no interviews.
Oh, they were trying to take advantage.
Well, Jeffrey started texting me a lot more. I think they see.
I see you tweeted that Jeffrey should come race Supercross.
I did try and tell him to come.
You're just grasping at straws at this point.
Well, I thought you were out on Chase and Lewis.
Oh, so you were just like on to the next.
Yeah, that's literally how I operate.
You were trying to get Jorge to come back. Like
the second there's any doubt, I just
shoulders
move on.
fine, just come back. We're good.
But no, everything's good. Nothing else to report. No drama.
No drama.
I saw on Instagram earlier today that Christian isn't here. So has there been a change in your program since the last time we saw you?
Yeah, I'm back working with Swanee. Kind of, just back to my old program. Basically, I tried something, and honestly, I don't know if it just no hate to anybody, but I just didn't feel like it, it fitted me as good as it should, and the team, that's kind of what the team thought. So, yeah, back training with Swanee, and I'm feeling good. I had 2 weeks to really work hard, and I want to win really bad, and it's pretty much what I told Swanee. He's like, I'll do anything at this point to get back to, where I was, winning and dominant. So I did as much as I could in the weekends off to train hard and, get back to where I was. So, yeah, now we just got to go show that.
Is Swanee's program really that much different, or is it just being able to ride with the entire team?
Yeah, I think it's just being able to ride with the team, the intensity. Like, I'm known for my intensity, so if I got away from that, that wasn't great for me. So just get back in the flow of things, battling with the guys during the week. Team competition, I like that thrill throughout the week, and that's what I kind of needed back. And Swanee's hard on me too, so it's like he's not hard in a bad way, but he doesn't take no crap, and I don't know, I just feel like I needed to get back in that harsh intensity environment, and that's kind of what I feed off of.
So is Christian still involved as like a mentor, or is that deal just kind of pushed to the side?
No, yeah, Christian's still heavily involved. I mean, he's more involved now with the whole team, just helping the guys out. He's obviously on his own riding too with us. He's training with Swanee as well, so he's there to help. And but now it's more for the whole team. It's not just my personal guy. And
last question. So you mentioned intensity and needing to improve that. Was there another area that Swanee's program could help you with?
I really just think it's that weekly battling with the guys, little rivalries, and just, I don't know. I fed off that program well, and it worked for me, and it's worked for me throughout my whole career so far. So, tried something. You try stuff to see if it would be better or not, and sometimes that's just life. Up and downs like that. You got to see what's good and what's not good, and Swanee's program is what works best for me.
One thing that's been on my mind so far this year, it's been a while since we've seen the shooting gun web over the finish. So is that a thing of the past? Do you cringe when you think about that, or is that coming? Is that about to roll out here?
I mean, we are in Texas, right? So it might be time to pistol whip, but it's just in the moment normally. Obviously, if you're fired up and just excited, but it's never over. I'm not going to retire it just yet. I think it could be back. We just got to keep fans on their toes.
I didn't know if it was one of those things that you look back on and you're like, oh, I can't believe I did that. But it's still, no, we're good.
No, I mean, it's you're definitely a little cocky when you do that, but so you got to make it worth it, that's for sure.
Obviously, Detroit was massive for you, a monkey off your back in a way. Did this week feel productive, like you made further steps forward?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Like you said, to get that first one was awesome, and this week was, one of my best weeks yet. I think just that little bit of confidence and just peaking at the right time, I guess you could say. So, I had a great week. Obviously, coming into this place where I've done well is just always super motivating, and great week.
How does your confidence at the moment compare to last year? Were you ever this high?
Yes and no. I mean, I think last year it's hard to think back. Obviously, at this point of last year, I was still healthy. I didn't have the thumb injury, so I felt pretty good. But it's a totally different series, totally different scenario in that sense. This year, we've had some injuries, obviously, and it's played out a little differently, right? So a lot different guys were racing this year, so this one's been a little bit more of a build-up. I felt like last year I started A1 extremely strong and was confident and, felt great all season, to where this one I feel like I've gotten better every race, which is, it's timed out well, but it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah, that must give you more confidence knowing that more's coming, rather than being sat in Glendale and going, this is all I've got. I don't know if there's more to come in this thing.
No, for sure. And like you said, with that, I feel like I'm getting better each weekend, which is super cool. And gives you a lot of motivation when you have the red plate and you're in a series fighting for that championship. So, couldn't be happier.
All of my questions are out the window because I just heard you say to someone that you're not the fastest guy by a long shot. Do you really believe that? I mean, I feel like I'm watching a different series, maybe.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you look at Chase and where I'm usually at in the qualifying, I mean, I'm not necessarily up there, but I know how to race, so.
I'm happy to throw out your qualifying results now.
Yeah.
Like, you're at the stage where you qualify, it doesn't matter, and you must be feel that as well when you go back to the truck, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't love being in 14th and 12th and 10th, but I don't know. I trust that my abilities to race on the gate drops, and I've been really honing in on the night program. That's all I care about. I don't give a shit about anything else.
So do you give 100% in qualifying?
I mean, yeah, I do. It just sometimes happens to be that, I don't know, I either struggle with this track or I'm just not... I don't know, I just have a hard time hanging it out there when it doesn't really matter that much, you know what I mean? So I need 6+1 and 20+1 for the most part, and that's all I need. So.
Yeah, I guess 100% in qualifying is a different 100%,
yes.
Isn't it? More of a precise 100% maybe?
I don't know, when it really I have a completely different demeanor going down for the night program, honestly, than than qualifying. So it's just, yeah, I think my 100% for the night show is just different than during qualifying.
And too much practice for you guys anyway. I'd imagine by the time you get to the third session, you're like, yeah.
I'm literally, most of the time, I'm just waiting for the day to be done so we can go into the night show, to be honest.
Looking at the season so far, how can you be better? Where does the weakness lie besides qualifying?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, at this point, like I said, I'm not the fast. Like Chase is usually like hauling ass, and maybe just get a little bit of speed. But I don't know. I'm happy with what I'm doing. So I don't like going back every single week and feel like I have something crazy to work on or something like that. Sometimes it's good to fall in a groove, and certain weekends I'm better than others. And I mean, starts are always an ongoing conversation, especially for the Triple Crowns. Like, it's just, I don't know if I've gotten worse or if everybody's gotten better, but it's really hard to get a good start, a really good start. So, definitely always work on that. But I don't know. I kind of just like doing my thing. And like I said, it's such a long season that like you can't spin around in circles. Like, always feel like you need to like crazy improve something. Like, I function best under just structure. And yeah, that's what I like doing during the week. And that's what gives me confidence during the weekend. And then, yeah, and sometimes, after that halfway point or whatever, you can, if you structure it right, I feel like you can actually gain, fitness and I guess like racing, what would you call that? Racing,
like IQ?
Yeah, and just you learn about yourself so much. Even last weekend when I was in front of Cooper, it's been a long time that it's been like that. So you just get more familiar and more comfortable being in that position. So that's something to take away from the weekend, And yeah, every weekend I really just want to give my personal best. And there's just weekends where you're more feisty and you can hang it out more because you feel comfortable with it. And then there's other weekends where you may lack that 2% or 3%. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just playing it by ear, to be honest.
Yeah, like clearly the way you answered that question, there isn't one weakness that stands out. Is that a good thing, though? Like, do you prefer to almost go back and have a to-do list where you're like, this one thing is our point,
No, not really. I think it's really good where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm just solid all the way around, and maybe I can get a little bit more solid all the way around, So, I don't know. I'm just trying to do my laps, and I've actually kept my bike. The same. Oh shit! I thought he would chase. I've kept my bike the same for the longest time, and it's just being familiar with the bike, going through all these different soils. That definitely helps a lot because, sometimes you go out during practice and it feels, it gets so beat down, and so if you try something or if you have something new on your bike, mainly suspension, you can kind of like go, oh, I don't know if this is better or not. But, if you have a base setup that you've ridden for so long in so many different environments, you kind of just know, hey, the track's funky. It is what it is. You can throw that out of your head and just be comfortable with what you have. You know what I mean? So there's definitely something to it. And, yeah, the more familiar I am with my bike and all these different soils, I think the better I feel about myself.
This interview is going to suck because we just did the best interview ever unofficially.
It's what always happens. Off the record, our interview was sick. But
to recap, I'm concerned about your emotions.
Yeah, you walked up and I was giving it to you, but I feel like you're English. You can handle it.
Oh, I can go.
You're British. Should I say British? It's not really because English people get everyone's English.
I think in this country they just call me foreign.
Yeah.
Like,
you're a good Brit.
I don't have
mate.
a label.
You're a good Brit, mate. So I think I need to like abuse you a little. If I try to abuse an American like that, they'll get all like upset. But you're like, are you gonna be?
Yeah, not to like critique you a little bit, but maybe you could have gone a bit harsher with the words.
I know.
I won't say it on camera,
but you know the words.
If you want to get my attention, you know what to say.
If we cut this, I'm gonna give you everything. I know every British word.
But every time I see you after the race, something's going on. I don't know if you get bad news.
No.
Or you seem like a man.
Yeah, but you dodge. You're like, I'm not going over there. He looks like a psychopath. I want to yell at you.
You just look like you've got a lot on your mind.
No, yeah, just the same as last interview. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to just do it. Just do it.
Is that Nike deal come off yet?
Yeah, literally. Maybe. But
that's also a problem I've got in this country.
What?
You lot say Nike. I say Nike.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, hard for me.
Aluminium. What? A torch?
A lot of people talk about you guys, but
torch?
where are people talking about my struggles?
Why is a flashlight a torch? It's crazy. Anyways, no, I've been struggling with a couple little things, but I feel like I'm starting to work through everything, and I like this place. There's a big TV up here. It's got good dirt.
TV comes first, though, of course.
Of course.
Yep.
You're welcome to America. Bigger the better.
Yep.
But no, all good, man. Just grateful to be here. Had a baby this week. You forgot to say anything about that. I'll let that slide.
My next question was going to be congratulations.
First question. Yeah. Unbelievable. Now all good, man. It's been blessed, happy, excited to go racing and bring I want to bring a trophy home so I can put the baby in it. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
You know, clock's ticking on that because babies grow.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you're aware.
I'm aware. Grower, not shower.
Yep. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Good one.
Okay, last real question. What are we looking for? Where does the weakness lie? Where's the hole? What hole needs to be plugged? That's going on an Instagram account somewhere.
What is it?
I don't know. There's a few of them. Again, no one cares about my struggles.
That's
true.
It's
all about you.
I don't got no struggles, dude. I'm able to race dirt bikes every weekend. I just want to be better in general. Get the start, do the jumps, go fast, and be Bam Bam a bit, and we'll be good.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay, we may only get one question, so we're going to have to get straight to it.
Let's go.
Are you okay?
Yeah, now I'm good.
This has been difficult. I'm not sure if you're aware. So is this round one? Are we back on track now?
Yeah, I would like to say that. Last week I showed starts and some aggression, but ultimately I was sick pretty much half the week, and I had no energy at all. So this week, starting over, I'm about as good as I can get, and the starts are still there. So these races are only about 12 minutes each, so I should be dialed in this weekend.
You know what? You've just convinced me that you're in a good place. Because if you were in a bad place and questioning stuff, there's no way you pull that start last weekend. Because I think starts are mental. So that tells me we've turned a corner.
Yep.
And this really is the start. If anything, maybe it should have been last week, but the sickness.
Yeah, for sure. And like I think we turned a big corner last week with the bike and my comfort feeling and just overall on myself. Last week was one of the first times I was able to just ride the bike and just feel fluent on the bike and not have anything upset it too much. And unfortunately I dropped back because I was sick, but it was more fun doing that than having the races previous to that, and not being one with the bike and not having too much fun. So I'd much rather have last week than the past weeks, and I think this weekend will be a lot better too.
What did you change on the bike to get comfortable? Colors the same, I see.
Yeah, just a little suspension. Suspension. I really couldn't tell you what inside the suspension. I know we just changed the suspension, and it was a lot better of a setting for me, and it makes me feel like a new man.
Is a little bit of that coming back to East Coast tracks as well, though? Like, were you always going to feel better here or Detroit?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's a little bit of it, but it's hard to say because last year, I ripped up the California tracks and I had the points lead, and it's just hard to say. I think I was just struggling through a little bit of the off season with setup and comfortability, and just going into the season was just like weird, and it was just a weird dynamic. So the beginning of the season was just kind of up in the air for me.